Welcome to JK Games, the gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge,
this is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge. One day we're going to get a soundboard and we could really play that.
We could.
Gonna make that work. I'm sure there's some kind of app or thing I could download on this computer that's glowing and stuff.
Yeah, I could even just like play it on my phone.
Yeah, you could do that. Like, we have so much technology and we're just not utilizing it the way we should, Kayla.
Yeah, you're right. We just like to be old school, you know? Just two gals, two microphones,
but you know who's utilizing their technology and other means of making games is Kojima, and I can't wait to talk to you about that later.
Segue, man. Welcome back. It's been a minute. We our last episode, I'm Kayla, one of your hosts, by the way. Hello,
I'm Jerica, your other host, and we're here to do things.
We're here. I was just gonna say, if you have missed us, well, thank you for joining today. We did do our last episode on clickbait, so if you missed that, you should scoot on back. Go give it a watch. Right, Jerica?
Yeah, watch it and stuff. We should, or listen to it, because it's also it's a podcast on its own out there.
It is.
Clickbait.
It is. We have fun with that. Every time we get like a significant amount of Last of Us news, we update it over on clickbait, because we were like, maybe we're being a little. This could be a whole Last of Us podcast, and they were like, well, let's just make it. Let's just do it.
Let's just have a separate show for that stuff.
Exactly. But this is not that. This is JK Games.
We don't talk about The Last of Us on this show at all.
Oh, never. That never. But today, it has been a while, so we figured we would just catch up. Jerica and I haven't gotten the chance to talk to each other much about what we've been playing, so we figured we would do that and have you come along with us. And there's some news. Of course, there is, always. But some particularly interesting news following both of our things we're excited about. And it's not very often that me and Jerica also are obsessed with like the same game, and that has happened recently.
Yes.
So we're excited to talk about that too.
It's happened.
But with that being said, we lay these episodes.
I thought you said we ladies lay out these episodes. The country came out for me just then. We lay out these. These ladies.
These ladies lay episodes. You heard that right. In our easy mode, which is where we talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing. I have a movie I would like to mention briefly that I watched.
You sure it's not Kojima's next game?
Could be. This one is interesting, so it definitely could be that. We have our normal mode. We're talking about news. Today we're going to be doing a good old fashioned Normpert mode, where our news is our main topic for the evening, because we have a decent amount to talk about. It's just going to be a nice chill episode. Drop in the chat what you've been playing recently.
Oh, Jake Twitchen said, hell yeah, this is my Super Bowl. That's it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Whoa.
Welcome.
Football.
Football
Sunday. Usher. That's all I know about the Super Bowl. Usher and Taylor Swift. That's all I know.
Yes. We'll give you a halftime show in the middle of the episode.
Will we? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not? But also, so that's what today looks like. Yes.
If you're watching the show, me and Kayla did not plan to be semi-matching with like the black t-shirt and the red text.
It's actually uncanny how
it is really weird. Even your little skull people and my lamb. Yeah. There's some white in there. It's very strange.
It is weird. We just one mind.
It's weird. Connected. Okay, sorry, I won't interrupt anymore.
I was just gonna say, if you don't already follow us on our socials, you should definitely go do that on Instagram, Twitter, /X, TikTok, all the fun things. If you're listening and you want to watch us live, we do that over on Twitch. All of it is JK Games Podcast, and you can find us at all those places. We put our live episodes up on YouTube. We'll have some visuals today if you wanted to see them. They are going to be on YouTube at a later date as well. So, Jerica, let the people know what you've been playing, what you've been doing over there.
This game came out last year, and we're going to talk about it together here in a moment, but it is literally my game of the year from last year. Can that be that with the year we had last year with games? I think that needs to be a thing, is that you can have a game of the year from last year this year. You know,
I agree.
If there's nothing yet this year that's like really just, you know, pulled on your heartstrings or made you super addicted and caused you to call out from work, those sorts of games, if you haven't had that moment yet this year, you can definitely pull from last year. And I had been playing loads of Dave the Diver. The game is incredible. It's been on my to play list for a while, and I think, and we'll get to the state of play news here in a minute, but since seeing the update it's coming to PlayStation in April.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait. I want to play it right now. Because that game looks so fun. So been chipping away at Dave the Diver. Didn't really know what to expect other than it was going to be a lot of catching fish, and there was some kind of restaurant situation, cooking management situation happening. And honestly, like, the last game that's really hooked me like this is probably Stardew Valley, in a way that, like, it's just fun to keep, you know, leveling up and getting upgrades to your weapons, catching new fish, getting that fish meat to make. And then there's a whole other game where it's a restaurant manager where you're helping this restaurant come up with new dishes to have new sushi to have at the restaurant based on what you're catching. And on top of that, this game just there's layers on layers on layers of things that keeps happening in the story and the world. But ultimately, all of that to say, there's so much, but it's given to you at the right time where you just have a hard time stopping. And that's where it gets dangerous. And I'm like, well, do I really need an income anymore? Can I just stay at home and play Dave the Diver all day long?
You gotta love a game that does that for you.
And it's a little bit of, you know, the roguelike situation. You know, should you really keep going, diving deeper? Did you get enough fish?
Literally.
You know, you can get too much fish in your bag or whatever, it slows you down, and, you know, you're running out of oxygen fast. But, like, if I could just go a little further, maybe I can find some more oxygen and I can keep going. What other rewards can I find? What other, you might have other missions that you might have, like quests. So, like, I'm so close to doing this. Should I keep going? And, you know, I think you get like a couple of rounds in the day, right? Like at least two times a day you can go underwater, and gather resources. Regardless, all that to say, it is a great game. It's cute. It's pretty. I'm sure you have some things to add, which, you know, that's really all I've been playing, honestly. So if you want to sort of jump on into your thoughts on Dave the Diver.
Man, I am so glad you told me about this game. I actually hadn't heard about it until Jerica one day was like, we hadn't got a chance to talk like in depth about it, but you were like, hey, I'm playing this game and I think you would like it. And I was like, ooh, okay, cool. And it does really scratch the itch of like it's not farming, okay, but it kind of feels like that a little bit, kind of, because you're farming for fish. But I think it balances so many different like mechanics that are fun at once. You get the like restaurant kind of overcooked style like sim type thing, but then also, like you said, there's all these things it adds like periodically. Like you have this little like phone where you can upgrade your stuff, you can like upgrade your like stats, and you can update like all kinds of different things.
Little human with a
it is so cute. The art and like the little cutscenes when you have new dishes are so cute.
I even forgot to mention,
and I love that.
When he
like
isn't merely surviving or rummaging
which part?
The fact that like all the cutscenes are so perfect,
and I love that you can like,
and you just don't expect it.
Yeah, I didn't expect to love this game so much, but I'm hooked. I've played a lot too. Maybe one day I'll stream some and we can just like have fun together and just play it and watch. But yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot too.
Even from this trailer that I'm playing, like literally, there's stuff I haven't seen yet.
Off days.
So.
know, me too. I was like, was that a farm? Was that a farm?
There's so much, but it's not overwhelming at any point. Like, it's just that they give you just enough. It's like, it's the point where you start to think, like, oh, I'm getting to the bored of this. Or like, this is getting a little monotonous. They just throw a new quest, something new in the story happens, or a whole other mechanic, not mechanic, but just area where you can also gather resources is introduced without giving too much away. Oh no, there's audio from Dave playing.
Thirst for discovery.
Oh yeah.
I am so sorry. We tried something new with like screen sharing that I'm trying to show Kayla what we're seeing at the same time. I forgot there's audio, my bad. Just know, hey, we love this game. And we hope that the trailer was loud enough to make you want to play.
We gotta love CC being honest with us. Because honestly, I was trying to talk and I was hearing it, but my brain just like tuned it out.
I don't know why I can't hear it. Probably because I think
it's
all the concerts I've been to can't hear anything.
You're like, yeah, Dave the Diver. So yeah, you should play it. It's really fun. I saw a farm and I'm intrigued because I didn't know there was an actual farm and a DTF down a farm. But what else have I been playing? Okay, so the other game that I've been obsessed with that if you guys follow us on Twitch, you've seen I streamed a little bit of it. I am not good at it, but I'm obsessed with Power World, Jerica.
See, that's a problem, Kayla.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's taken over my life. So I sit down and I'm like, okay, I could play Power World or I could play Dave the Diver. I've been mainly playing Dave the Diver recently, but Power World it's kind of taken over my life a little bit, not gonna lie. But OCC said I could still hear both of you. Down to fish! Yes, DTF down to fish. Wow. You're right. What would we do without you? But Power World, I'm sure you've seen it. It's a little bit it's been a little bit in the news because, you know, obviously it's very similar to Pokemon. There's been some legal things thrown around, so I'm not going to get into any of that. But it's actually really fun if you like crafting or like survival type games, resource management. It's really kind of scratches that itch for me. It reminds me a lot of like Ark Survival if you played that, where you have like this base and it's open world too. So you know how like when you're playing a game that's open world and you see like off in the distance this like cliff and you're like, I really want to go there. You can in this game. You can go wherever you want. Like you can climb whatever. And so the various different like biomes that you can travel to, you can also unlock fast travel once you go to a certain biome. And there's different like pals or like little critters in each different biome and you like collect them. And so it also kind of reminds me a little bit about like Chow Garden. Like
yeah.
Because when you capture them, you can have them at your base. And each pal, each type of pal does like a different thing. So like if they're like a grass type or like a fire type, they can do different things around your base. So like they can like assist you with different like tasks to make your base better and things like that. So
I know
I've been having a good time with it.
You're a big fan of Viva Pinata.
Yes. Oh yeah, it reminds me of that too.
A lot of people have mentioned that, hey, it reminds me of this. So I was going to ask you, like, is it a similar thing?
Yes. What's funny is I didn't even really think about that until you said that. I'm so glad that you brought that up.
I've never played. I've seen Viva Pinata, but I've never played. So
it's good. And it's become kind of meme-ish online because you can like people treat their pals badly, you know? Jake Twitchin, Viva Pinata fans. There are dozens of us. Dozens. Yes. I gave up asking for another Viva Pinata game, but I was asking for that for a long time.
I mean, see, if Xbox really wants to fix things, you know, maybe that's going to be something they announce next week.
I mean, that would
we're bringing
suffice.
back Viva Pinata.
I wonder if you can play that on Game Pass. I don't think you can, because I think I looked it up. Or at least not on PC Game Pass. Anyways, yes, it does remind me of that because you can capture them with your like essentially Pokeballs, but it's called like Pal Spheres. Or you can kill them and harvest their like
their meat.
Their meat. It's kind of violent, honestly, because you also get like weapons. You can craft like straight up like weapons and there's combat. Um, but the combat's not its strong suit. I will say I don't love the combat. I'm playing it more, and it's also multiplayer. I haven't tried out the multiplayer yet, but I've heard a lot of people really like it. I'm not really playing it for the combat and the fighting aspect of it. I'm playing it more of like the resource management and like collecting side of it is what is most interesting to me. But because the combat's a little clunky, I don't know. It's not the best. But and then also last thing, I've actually been playing a lot. I was telling Jerica, I haven't like finished anything, but I've started a lot. And then so I've been playing Alan Wake 2 as well. On Jerica's,
just
of course,
a palette,
glowing recommendation.
palette cleanser right there. Big change from farming sims, catching fish, and then let's just dive into a nightmare,
Yeah. I am not super far. I think I'm on Act 3, I think. I'm not sure. It's honestly, it's been a little bit of a learning curve. It's a very unique kind of game. I feel like the way that you play it. But I like that a lot about it. Like, I think a lot of the mechanics are very interesting and the story is obviously like fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything. So once we finish, I'll tell you like exactly where I'm at, Jerica. But it's been wild. And so I do use those other games as like a palate cleanser because it is like super like dark and like heavy and like so I've been like playing like, my fun little games like sandwiched in between it. But that's really all for me. What have you guys been playing in the chat? Sound off. Jerica, one thing that you haven't mentioned was the demo that you played. Do you want to talk about that?
God, I'm so glad you remember things for me. Yeah, I'm my next anticipated game that I'm gonna probably drop everything for, even Day of the Diver, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Comes out at the end of this month. Really excited for it. There was another state of play that was focused on Rebirth last week. I didn't get to watch it. Haven't watched it. I am good with the amount of info I know. Or, what can you really know about Rebirth? Because it's a Rebirth,
or
what I'm saying?
Fantasy.
Or Final Fantasy, yeah, truly. But honestly, like, I was hearing rumblings, and then I think it got sort of leaked early from the PlayStation Store that a demo was going to come out. And then when I got home, I was like pleased to see that the Rebirth demo was on the store. So I downloaded it, played through it.
Nice.
What a meaty demo. I think there was a demo for 7 remake as well. And I remember playing through it, but I don't remember it being as long. Maybe I'm just have a horrible memory. I do. So don't quote me on it. I have a bad memory. But it took me a little over an hour to finish the Rebirth demo. And I see a lot of stuff going online, like how it doesn't look great, but to me, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, it looks like a next-gen game now. And not that the remake didn't look bad, but if you go back and play it, if you played it recently, one thing I do remember is like, most of the main character models look so good, but they're definitely like, you definitely see that there is some shortcuts taken, or not a focus on like environmental textures and stuff like that. Some NPCs looked a little soulless. But overall, like,
soulless.
Remake looked great. But you could definitely tell with like this being made for next gen consoles, like there's definitely some love given into the environments. All the characters still look beautiful. I'm not going to be the best person to judge, like, does it play any better than the remake? I don't know. From just picking up the demo and playing, it was easy to grasp. It was easy for me to jump in. I don't know what the mechanical differences from remake to Rebirth are yet. I didn't notice. Like I said, I have not played the remake since the remake came out. But I have been forcing Audrey to watch all these synopsis videos with me. Audrey's my girlfriend. Knows nothing about Final Fantasy VII. She watched me play all of 16 and loved it, which 16 is a much different game than 7. So it is sort of funny to watch her react, because 16, even though it's like a fantastical story, very Games of Thrones-y. That's just what I...
Games of Thrones-y.
Games of Thrones-y.
I would agree.
way more grounded in reality. If a Final Fantasy game was grounded in some sort of reality, 7 definitely not so much. There's a lot going on, a lot of silly business. So
silly business.
But I do, love the story of 7. I've never actually beaten the whole game before. I've gotten about halfway through it, but I know some of the big story beats. What I'm most excited with playing the demo, though, is like seeing a lot of the places I have played through, like fully realized in like a huge 3D environment, open world areas, and I can't wait to see what they change up, but also keep some of the. I'm sure some of the big story beats they'll keep, but maybe change it up just enough so where even the people that know 7 from frontwards to back, that they don't even know what's next, which it means the games mean something. The name, so remake was a remake. Rebirth is going to be ties into the story a little bit, but they're breaking free of some of the constraints of the original game story, and it's being reborn. It is. But no, the demo's fun. It made me bummed out that it's just a demo. It's not actually out yet because I love the game so much. I want to play it right now.
Do you remember? We actually sometime last year, I think, did a whole episode about demos and what we think about them. So that if you're interested in like, we did like a whole deep dive into like what makes a good demo. Do you feel like this was a good example of like just a good demo of a game? I guess it's hard to say before you know what the real game is like.
Yeah, it's tough for me to answer, but like just because I haven't jumped back in a few years. I think it came out in 2018, 2019. Oh, wow. So it's been a while. Like at least 4 years. Can't do math in my head. Anyways, it's been long enough, and I was able to jump in and just get an understanding of how it plays. So.
Nice.
I'm way more of a fan of what they're doing in newer Final Fantasy games, like sort of leaving the turn-based world and more action. Timing of your attack, swapping to party members is really, really fun to me. Turn-based has its place in different other games, but like I'm glad they're trying something new with Final Fantasy. I like it being more of an action-y. I don't have to wait my turn.
Yeah. Jake Twidgen said, I just finished FF7 Remake playthrough, and he's also hyped for Rebirth.
Oh, yeah.
CC rubbing it in our face that they have finished so many good games. What the heck? CC said, finished Alan Wake 2, Super Mario RPG Remake last month, and then dove straight into Prince of Persia and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and also beat both of those.
Nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Also just bought Helldivers 2 today. The servers have been down though.
Oh man.
Jerica, have you seen that? I'm interested in that actually.
Yeah,
Helldivers.
It's been talked about a few times, like with the last state of play, and we'll touch on it here in just a second.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It came out a few days ago. A couple of our friends are actually playing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my cup of tea just yet. The only problem is it looks like something I would like to try.
Mm-hmm.
But between Destiny and whatever other thing I'm playing, I just don't have time to jump in.
Yeah.
Like unless y'all just like hit me up, which I think is Helldivers one of those games you could download on your PlayStation for free, or do you have to still buy it?
That's a good question. I think that I don't think that you can download it for free from what I know.
Dang it.
I don't think so.
Foam Stars is free.
Yeah.
Which looks really cool. I just probably won't get to it.
Yeah, that was I honestly like it's something I would download for free and probably play. Honestly,
we'll be on the lookout for Helldivers.
It seems to have gotten good reviews, right?
Yes,
I think it has. Jake Twitchen said, I've played so much Foam Stars. I'm both proud and ashamed.
No, I think it's wonderful. Like I want to also just at least try it. Just haven't had the time. Don't be ashamed. Play it.
Don't ever be ashamed.
Play with the foam. Get that foam all over the place. That's what that game's for. With your friends.
Well, I think really quick, the movie that I watched, have you seen Argyle advertised?
It makes me mad because it looks silly. I have no context of what it is, but it just looks silly.
It is silly. Well, it took the world by storm. You guys know I'm a reader. It's actually so the movie, if you don't know, I'm a reader. I like to read books a lot. The movie is based off of a novel in the movie there's like an author that has written a book, and like the book kind of like comes to life essentially, but it's like an action, like it's made by the director that made Kingsman. Did you watch the Kingsman movies?
Nope. That's weird that someone else asked me that the other day.
Oh, really?
Maybe because of this movie.
They're like really kind of like cheeky action movies, but I enjoyed it a lot. It's like very silly, but in a fun way. And it's like done really well. And it has a lot of like fun twists and turns. So you should watch Argyle if you like that kind of stuff. So I would recommend it.
I trust your opinion.
We went and saw it in theaters. But I think that we could go ahead and jump into our news, our normal mode. Jerica so kindly got our notes up for us. A lot has happened in our only 2 weeks since we've done an episode.
I know we got a lot. A lot of this is going to be just like hot off the press for the last few days. We've talked about Dave the Diver enough. It's coming to PlayStation in April. That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first thing we're gonna touch on is just like the announcements. I'm gonna talk about Death Stranding for a bit, but I did want to know if you did you have time to watch this state of play?
I didn't. I watched some of the highlights though. I saw the Death Stranding trailer. It's crazy. You guys know I've talked about this before. I didn't finish the first Death Stranding, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna watch the story beats. I think Jerica, you said that would be fine to watch like all the cutscenes.
Yeah, you still might have time.
You think I will?
Yeah.
We don't.
Hold on to that thought, because I'm going to quickly go through all the games that were announced as state of play, so that way I could just like talk all about Death Stranding. So,
of course,
Dave the Diver's come to PlayStation. That was announced. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Dragon's Dogma 2. Foam Stars, yeah. Season information was here. Helldivers 2 trailer. Report for Duty trailer. And I'm going to pull up a trailer in just a second because I'm pretty excited about this game. There's a couple of highlights, obviously. We talk about the news we care about, so I'm going to be selfish here and pick the things I talked about from the state of play. Just real quickly, they also had a demo or a small game. It's not a demo. It was a small game called Silent Hill: The Short Message. Came to the store right after this state of play.
Yeah,
played it,
you streamed it too.
Streamed it. I wasn't a fan of it. I'm probably not gonna go. I'm not gonna go back to it. I don't know. I don't know my thoughts on it yet, but I was not enjoying it, so I'm just gonna move on. But maybe another day I'll talk about that. We just have a lot to discuss. Another Silent Hill 2 trailer was shown off here, just ready for a release date. I don't think they gave a release date. Could be wrong, but I don't remember one for Silent Hill yet.
I don't think I saw one either.
We just hope sometime this year. Shadow is coming to Sonic Generations.
Yeah!
That's cool. Shadow the Hedgehog. He is so cool. Oh my god. I can't wait for him to show up in the movies.
One of my first crushes.
He's in the movie.
Yeah!
He's coming, right? He's going to be in the next movie.
Yeah, they released a teaser for the next movie, and it has Jim Carrey, also his voice for Eggman in the background. And also Shadow was teased at the end of the most recent movie, I think.
Yeah.
My brother and I are big Sonic fans. But yeah.
Sonic
looks
the
good.
Hedgehog. Stellar Blade got a little bit more. That's actually a pretty lengthy view of some of the environments you're going to go to, some of the gameplay loops and such. Stellar Blade reminds me a lot of Nier. You can see her butt cheeks sometimes. She's a very beautiful woman. It's one of those games. Not one of those games, but
one of those games.
Like Nier, 2B, whatever her name is. She's also very cute and but also kick your ass. So, that's cool. That's cool.
Get you a woman who can do both.
Yep, it's amazing. I don't know if I will get to that just because of the amount of games, but I would like to play it one day. Until Dawn is getting a remake And it's coming to PS5, which is cool, but I'm bored. I wanted more from that. I wanted more content from this game and not just a remake. But it is what it is. There's a movie coming too, apparently. So,
I'm interested. I think that'll be good. The movie.
So
I don't see a reason to play the game when it's remade, because like if unless it's different, just like you said, like, you know, the same stuff. But I think the movie could be good for sure.
Oh, my earbud keeps falling out. Sorry.
One
of the games though that I was hoping to get a date for as well, but we still don't know, is the new game, Judas. Do you know about Judas?
I do. I have seen this. I forget. Was this where it was first shown, or I feel like I've seen this before somewhere?
It was shown before somewhere else. This was a new trailer, a different trailer.
Because I had added it. I just looked it up, and I had it on my Steam wish list, so I had seen it somewhere. I'm very interested. It looks really good.
Unfortunately, when I'm streaming the video to you, I cannot type. So
that's okay.
I was trying to pull up information. I'm horrible with names. Once again, I have a horrible memory. Main dude from BioShock Legacy. That's not a game, but the Legacy of BioShock has his own studio. Forgot the name of it. I had it in my notes, but I can't pull it up.
Ghost Story Games.
Thank you.
You're
is
welcome.
Making this new game called Judas, and it looks right up my alley. If you are a BioShock fan, you should be. Ken Levine. Levine? Is that
Levine?
Is he related to the other Levine guy? No. Anyways, this game looks great. I'm so ready. I'm bummed we didn't get like an update on a date for what is happening, but I will wait forever, I guess, for this game. But it looks awesome. I love BioShock. It does look really cool. I realized after seeing this trailer too again, like I was just like, this can be fine. This will just scratch my BioShock itch, but God, we're in need of a BioShock. We're in need of it. Where has it been?
It's been a long time.
Have you played BioShock? Have you ever played?
I played the most recent one, which was it 3?
Infinite.
The most recent one? Infinite. I did play Infinite. And then I played some of the first one, but I've not been like a loyal fan. I'm not like a super fan, but I have played some of them on and off. But I really like the way that this looks, and it looks really fun. I think that this I will definitely pick up. Cece said Judas was shown at the Game Awards 2022. So it looks good. I added it to my wish list. I was like, wait, because I saw that you had it in your notes. I was like, oh wait, I have this in my wish list. Just the way it's described sounds really good.
That's how bad I want it.
Yeah,
give it to me. Okay, that was my other thing I was most excited for, other than Death Stranding 2.
Woo!
Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
What about that name, Jerica?
The rumors were correct. This was rumored. Someone had some inside scoops and said that the next Death Stranding is going to be called Death Stranding on the Beach. And when I saw that, I'm like, not surprising. No, it's not a surprising name at all for this game. The trailer, if you didn't know, I wish I could. I'm afraid to actually stream it right now to you, because it's 9 minutes and it slows down my end so bad when I do that.
Yeah,
but let's test it. Let's test it. If we start slowing down or the audio goes out, please tell us. But the trailer is 9 minutes and 40 seconds long. Okay,
that's a long trailer too. I thought I watched it all, but it didn't feel that long when I watched it.
It's 9 minutes long. It's basically 10 minutes long, which is wild. Anyways, to your question from earlier, I'll go ahead and say this. You asked, could I just watch the cutscenes from the first game? You absolutely can. You should, if you don't think you'll ever want to play Death Stranding. Because Death Stranding is still a game I want everybody to try to beat and play and experience, because it's just a part of the journey. No pun intended with that one. Is it for everyone? No. So if you ever, you started it, right, Kayla?
I did. I played I would say almost 10 hours, I think I played of it. So I played a good bit.
If you weren't,
I don't know what made me put it down.
If you haven't thought about it since and thought, oh, I really need to get back to that. I had a lot of fun. Let me get back to that. Then you're probably fine watching the cutscenes because what you've played is a lot more of that game. So
yeah.
But with this trailer, we got a lot of weird stuff. It was the most Kojima-ass trailer. It was the most. I'm so thankful for it. It's so weird. I don't know. I beat the first one, and everyone should agree with me probably that we don't know what's going on in this second game, which is fine because I like all of this to be a mystery.
Oh, the baby. Not the baby again. Oh, no.
You know, that's just part of it. It's part of the journey. There's like a demon cat with a weird tongue, fragile. As you see here, has this like mask that's hands.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It's giving Wednesday. What's the guy?
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving Thing.
This whole scene, they're monochrome, so they might be dead. Who knows? Because you know, that's a thing from the first game. When you're in between the beach and the real world, you're like monochrome. Repatriate, to be exact. A lot of terminology here I could just throw at you, and you're like, what?
I love the scientific definitions.
Sam Porter is older. He's
lore.
older in this scene, but he's younger in the other scenes. Where's Lou? I don't know. With all, I'm not going to go frame by frame in the trailer, but I will say, like, this trailer was pretty cool because you saw a lot of what is going to make Death Stranding 2 a PS5 game. And I think we see a lot of that in this trailer. The environments, there was one part where he's like on top of like the sand dune, and like the environment just looks extensive. Decima Engine, pretty wild. We played the Horizon Forbidden West. That was one of the best looking games I've played, I think, on my PS5. So just knowing, we do have to pause for a second. The puppet. The puppet is the puppet in the Higgs fight scene with the robot is probably the best part of these trailers. He slowed down the FPS for the puppets to look like stop motion. So dope. That's so cool. That's some cool
that
shit.
Really cool.
You're gonna have the puppet on your hip the whole time, like it's awesome.
That is so fun.
But you can sort of see here in this part of the trailer, you know, Sam's exiting the Magellan, and all the environments look amazing. And
they really do.
I assume there's gonna be a day and night cycle because he was sort of playing. He had sort of, I think he put on like Instagram or Twitter or one of those things. There wasn't a day and night cycle in the first game.
Oh wow, that looks really good.
Yeah,
wow.
And like here, it's nighttime and there's a storm, so there seems to be like, you know, I just said that day night cycle environments like this that there's a flood happening, you know, and it's tearing down the bridge. I can't think of it right now, but I haven't seen a lot of games. This whole like rock slide right here looks fake, or it looks so real it's fake. But this is all in
that's
in
what
game.
I was gonna say.
So looks amazing.
Looks pretty far along too. I mean, I know it's not like gameplay, or is it gameplay?
It is. I was gonna be honest and say, like, I really thought this game was gonna come out this year. Because, you know, like, they've had the first game. That helps out a lot. I'm not a professional game developer, but it does help to have one game out, shipped, that it helps you build on for the next game. And I don't know. But this one, I was really hoping it was going to be this year. Unfortunately, it's not. 2025, which is okay. I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. Yeah, I can't tell you too much else because I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
But it looks great.
Which is, you know, makes sense.
It looks great and it's weird. And the whole this last bit, Troy Baker's character, we know and we love him from a lot of different games. He is our Joel Miller as well. He's got so many the types of what's the word I'm looking for? Ranges.
He's got range.
Dude,
yeah,
can do anything.
He's got some range.
And apparently he sings a lot in the game. Kojima said Higgs sings a lot in this game. So he's a singer and performer. I just love it so much. I love this whole back and forth. and this whole fight, like he's bringing some of the fights that you would see in like Metal Gear is coming to Death Stranding, getting a little edgier, and I
get
could
to see his shine through.
I want to see an edgier Death Stranding. So, but that's not
I'm here
all.
for it.
That's not all, Kayla.
Yes. What else we got? What's he got on the docket? He's a busy man. He's doing a lot.
I think it's really cool. Like his next project, it was in the State of Play where, you know, sort of zooms out and he's at Sony Pictures. I think which I'm going to tie this into, he has like a little YouTube channel. It's called Hideo Tube. And basically it's just little like self-documentaries. He'll have like people from the cast on, and this episode it's been a while since he's done one. And he just sort of talked a little bit about the development of Death Stranding, had some of the Japanese voice actors on the set talking to him about the game too. But he was just sort of talking about like in 2020, obviously, you know, he had the idea for Death Stranding 2 pretty, like, I guess probably at the same time of making the first one, but he ended up like rewriting the whole theme of it, the whole story. I don't know how much, but he rewrote a lot of things and changed it up so much because of the pandemic. Made him want to change where he was going with the sequel. So this game has had a quick turnaround time since the first one. Is pretty wild. But on top of that too, he's working on OD with Microsoft. So Xbox, he's making a game for Xbox called OD.
That looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it's just a weird trailer too. We don't really know what it's about, but that's happening. And then he's announced his latest project, partnering with Sony Pictures, and he is going to go back to what we've always wanted him to go back to, and it's tactical espionage, Metal Gear. Ooh. Not the Metal Gear, but he's going to make a new IP that's in that same vein. And and it looks like there's a partnership with Sony Pictures, and he's going to have probably some A-lister celebs in the game. You know, he's going to be making his movie game, the game that he's always wanted to make. He did say, like, you know, it's going to be 40 years. I forgot how long. It's about to be 40 years he's been in game development. He's been making games for 40 years. And he wants to celebrate.
The man's ageless.
He wants to bring everything together and make, I guess, I hope he's around a long time, but it is time for him. Like, you know, he's 60. Not saying that's old, but he's 60. So I want him to make his dream game, and this is going to be it. This is going to be his dream game. But he did mention in his episode that he got really sick in 2020. I don't know exactly what happened, but he got so sick. Wow. Apparently he had to write his will. Yeah. So with that experience,
I'm sure a lot of people with their wills in 2022 because it's like scary.
Yeah. With that experience, he was even more, not pressured, but more motivated to do this game. It's like Sysnet. That's the code name for it. Something like that. I can't pronounce it right. So it's definitely going to be the PlayStation 6 game of the century.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Whatever that is.
Kojima's just, you know, he's big time now. He's working with all these. He's achieved his dreams.
We got Microsoft, we got PlayStation, we got his own stuff. This man's everywhere. He's doing everything.
He's doing everything, and I'm so thankful that he's able to make weird stuff. I love it so much.
CC said Fizzant. I don't know.
Something like
that. I don't know how to say that. As somebody who is not as well versed in his work, I will say one thing that I really appreciate about what he does is like you can tell that it's like authentically him.
Oh yes.
And like you can tell that he really like how much he really cares about what he does, and I think that's really cool.
It is.
As somebody who doesn't like,
said, Kayla.
I didn't really play Metal. Yeah, I didn't really play a Metal Gear or anything. Like the only experience I've had with his work is the little I played of the first Death Stranding, but as somebody, I just can appreciate like writing as well, and I think that is wacky, but that's really cool. So
he's always got a message he's trying to deliver, and he does that Also, no pun intended, because you're making deliveries. Okay.
So you're excited for everything that's going on, clearly.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just wish it was coming out this year.
Oh.
But I'm okay.
Oh. But no, like, it's just 2025, no month yet, right?
Correct, yeah. Next year.
Well, in a totally different vein, that is not this exquisite storytelling, or or anybody's passion project. We had a big announcement, though, if we're ready to move on to the next piece.
Go ahead, take it away, because I feel like this is you should be an expert on this because you know about these things.
I will say, I don't know if it's just on my end, but it looks like maybe Twitch messed up. Does it look okay on your end?
Yeah.
I feel like I can't see us. Okay, I don't know. I'm watching the stream. It looks weird. Maybe it's just my phone, my internet. But there's a lot going on.
I just messed this up, Kayla.
Oh no, what happened?
I removed the stream that my screen that I'm sharing with you, and now I'm just gonna have to bring back something real quick so it puts us back in frame. Just hold on.
I can stall.
I'm just gonna pull our notes up so you can see them for no reason, just to fix the tiles. Here we go. We're back.
That's funny. Jake Twitchin said, "Looks good here," and he said, "Spoke too soon."
I was like, "Well, it looks great. Cool. Let me ruin it."
No, that's on me. I brought it up. So I'm sure you might have seen in the gaming universe. I'm also a really big Disney fan, so this was really, when I first heard this news, I was really excited, but I'm also a little worried. I'm a little concerned. So essentially, we got an announcement. I forget where the news broke first, but Bob Iger has made an official video, an official statement and everything. He seems really excited about it. So Disney invests $1.5 billion, Jerica, billion dollars in Epic to create persistent universe tied to Fortnite. Yes, you heard that correctly. $1.5 billion. That is so much money. But I guess when you're Disney, it's like, just
chump change,
So what does this mean? This article that we're specifically reading from, but there's so much out there that you can get right now from everywhere, including the source, is from Andrew Webster at The Verge. So Disney and Fortnite maker Epic Games are teaming up to build what's being described as an expansive and open game and entertainment universe. So I also feel like the language here is very specific. Like really, there's I feel like there's a lot more happening here. One thing that Fortnite and Epic did recently is they came out with Lego Fortnite, which I haven't tried yet, which might be surprising to some people because it's been described as kind of like Minecraft within Fortnite, which sold. But I'm just a little bit worried, and I'll read a little bit more, and then I'll give you my thoughts. In addition to being a world-class games experience and in operating with Fortnite, the new persistent universe, quote, will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop, interesting, engage with content, characters, stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Players, gamers, and fans will be able to create their own stories and experiences. That sounds really cool. Express their fandom in a distinctly Disney way and share content with each other in ways that they love. This will all be powered by Unreal Engine. Ooh. That sounds a lot like Epic's recent collaboration with Lego, like I mentioned earlier. In 2022, Epic received a $2 billion investment, which was split between Sony and Kirby. That's really, there's a lot. This is also far from the first collaboration between Disney and Fortnite, as a huge number of Star Wars, Marvel, and other Disney characters have been featured in the game. More Star Wars and Marvel and less like straight Disney characters, but there is definitely like a lot of integrated Marvel content within it. But yeah, so last thing, this marks Disney's biggest entry ever into the world of games and offers significant opportunities for growth and expansion. Disney CEO Bob Iger said in a statement, again, like his official statement, we can't wait for fans to experience the Disney stories and worlds they love in groundbreaking new ways. We're collaborating on something entirely new. They keep saying persistent. persistent world. So overall, my thoughts are I don't think that like I'm really excited for the potential that this has. I'm just worried that it's going to be more about like I'm totally fine with a good old microtransaction. I love Fortnite. You know, I'll buy skins. I love that. I played Disney Dreamlight Valley a decent amount and I liked it, but it had its issues. The thing that bothers me a little bit about Disney Dreamlight Valley is there are a lot of things that are blocked off by paywalls, like a decent amount of the story. And it is a free, oh no, is it free? I don't remember.
It's probably free.
I know
There's a lot of stuff behind paywalls, so
yeah, for sure. So I mean, it's however you want to look at it. I think that the potential within like the collaboration could be good, but I'm cautiously optimistic, you know, with what I've seen so far. As somebody who likes both Fortnite and Disney a lot, you would think I would be more ecstatic about it. But I think that they're talking a lot about the future. And so who knows, this could be years away, like depending on what they're looking at. I like the thing that they said specifically about creating your own stories. I wonder if it's going to be almost like a Dreams situation, like where you can almost like make your own games with your own characters or something, like little like mini games like that. I don't know. I would love to know what you guys think. CC in the chat said Dreamlight Valley was originally going to be free to play after the game preview period, but it made hella money, so now it's not free.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Interesting. So yeah, that's really my thoughts. What do you think, Jerica?
I can only imagine. Here's the thing. Me and Fortnite, I'm already just like blown away by what Fortnite is. And just the fact that now it's going to be so much injection of Disney. It's just going to turn into a powerhouse. I think it is. I think Epic probably was very excited to make this happen.
Yeah.
Like, please.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Because I'm excited at the potential. Maybe you can watch Disney movies in Fortnite.
Which is what I was thinking too. Because like, I try to think the things that make me pay attention to Fortnite are like the concerts and the things that happen inside the world where everybody's able to hang out and stuff, but not just, you know, build things and shoot things. And I think that's definitely probably, you know, what if they did like what's the Disney like E3? You know what I'm talking about?
D23 or like D something. Yeah.
I could see them doing stuff like that in world.
Yeah.
Maybe I mean, if it gets even too wild, like obviously with Disney Plus, how can that be integrated into the space? Mm-hmm. I don't know, but like, have a show that's only in Fortnite, you know, like, I don't know. There's the possibilities are endless. And do I really care what they do? Not really. I am interested as to see how much more this game blows up in terms of like, if it's not in Fortnite, where the hell is it? That's basically Fortnite in a nutshell. Why is it not in Fortnite now?
Yeah. And one thing that I'm interested in is it does talk about Fortnite specifically, but it also is just an Epic partnership. So they could make something totally separate, maybe, potentially. Who knows? Not sure.
I guess we'll see. I can't wait to see what happens next with this. Will there be a Disney Fortnite theme park at some point, Kayla? I know they're not like, you know, I'm surprised there's not already.
Wow. The possibilities are endless.
Like, shoot, we can do it in the backyard. I can get some paintball guns and go out there, and we could put on some Winnie the Pooh masks that might scare people. Maybe not that one. That's not as, I feel like that's a murder movie about to happen. But you know, we can make a Fortnite theme park in our backyard.
We could, yeah.
All right.
But no details yet on like what that means or timeline or anything. It was like fairly recently announced, so hot off the press.
Well, I feel like with any big movies, sorry. All right, we're going to move on. I just could keep rambling about it. I just need James Cameron not to put Avatar in my face. So I guess as long as I'm not playing Fortnite, it doesn't have to be put in my face, which I'm a big fan of Avatar.
Got beef.
I have beef with James Cameron. Just for no reason. It's just no reason at all. I actually enjoy the Avatar movies. I just like having beef with him. Okay. All right. What were you about to say? What was your transitional statement? Do you remember?
Just that, Xbox hot off the press. Is it hot off the press? I don't know. Maybe it's been
Fresh
mentioned
off the
for a
press.
while now.
Like a good sandwich.
Xbox has some upcoming business updates.
All right, so
this week,
there's been a lot of rumors being thrown out around what's happening at Xbox. What are they doing? Are all the games going to be on PlayStation? Well, let me read a little bit about this. Xbox will reveal more about our vision for the future and business update next week, which is this week now. Basically, yeah. Sunday now, so we should hear something soon in the next few days. This article I pulled from IGN, Alex Stedman wrote about it, with questions swirling around the future of Xbox platform exclusivity and more. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer said on Monday that more will be revealed in a business update event to be held sometime next week. We're listening to you and we hear you, Spencer wrote on his Twitter account. We've been planning a business update event for next week where we are looking forward to sharing details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned. Spencer has no doubt is no doubt responding to much of the conversation that took place over the weekend after The Verge reported that the upcoming Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is apparently being considered for PlayStation.
Ooh.
Per the report, the indie game would have a brief period of exclusivity on Xbox and PC when it launches in December, but then debut on PS5 shortly after. Xbox Era, another outlet, meanwhile reported over the weekend that Starfield could also be headed to the PS5. Okay?
Interesting.
These developments follow previous reports that games like Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves could also be headed to other platforms. Taken all together, all of these rumors have sent the Xbox community into a tizzy, wondering about the future of the company if it decides to make its exclusives multi-platform. Xbox, after all, has placed its bets on an ecosystem of software rather than the approaches of PlayStation and Nintendo that put more weight on first-party exclusives. Microsoft still has yet to comment on the various reports, but we're sure more will be announced, hopefully, next week. No date is exact yet. So, yeah, a lot of information being spilled out. We don't know where it's coming from, who's talking about what, but it does appear that Xbox games I'll be able to play Starfield on my PlayStation at some point, which isn't going to happen because I've already played it on the PC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's cool. A lot of these like big, for me anyways, like if they're gonna keep some exclusivity like for day one, like, a few months, I'm gonna play them where they come out first. Because like if it's Fable, I think of the next big games are Hellblade. I guess that's the most recent. That's the next thing coming. Like, sorry, I'm not used to being downstairs yet, and every time Audrey flushes the toilet, it sounds like water is like just like about to fall on me. Sorry, it scared me. I've moved my desk downstairs, so
yeah. I love the new backdrop.
Anyways, if I knew that Hellblade 2 was I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought with the water. I'm gonna play that on Xbox. If I knew I could play it also on my PlayStation 6 months down the line, I can't wait that long. So for me, it doesn't really matter because I'm still gonna play the game where I want to play it as soon as I can play it, especially if it's a big title. But I honestly, I haven't. We've talked about this before. I'm not in a tizzy over it personally. I have not seen Xbox as a competitor to PlayStation in a long time, and I think they've even acknowledged that. It's like there's no way to compete. They're doing two different things. Xbox Game Pass is a great deal in its own, and you get an Xbox to partake in that if that's the way you want to play games. Now, someone like me and you, we're going to play the new things when we want to play them. And we have both consoles in the house just in case Fable comes out. That's basically it. Or Starfield. Like, so I get where people could be upset about, it's going to PlayStation. What's the point of having an Xbox? Like, for me, until we know like specifics, like I'm surely, the day these games come out, they're going to be there for a minute before they go to other consoles. But maybe that's, I don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know this, Kayla.
That's what I would assume, but also like, yeah, I mean, who knows? To me, we've always talked about we're not big on the whole like console wars thing here. Like we're like play what you want to play on what you want to play it on.
Meg Butters one, thank you for subscribing.
Hey, thanks. Hope you love our console rants. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't have an Xbox. I do have PC Game Pass on my PC, and I have a PlayStation. But I used to have an Xbox. I used to do Xbox previous generations from now. I think like when you think about what kind of console you want, majority of the time, like I ask people like what they're wanting to play. And if any of those things are like specific to one console, that's kind of what I would lead them towards. Maybe that's a thing of the past, at least for Xbox, who knows? But to me, it's like if you're making, I coming from a place of somebody who's not like diehard for Xbox and for Microsoft, obviously, but if you more people having access to games you love is a good thing, right? Like, I mean, be able to have more people experience it that can't just own both consoles, like not most consumers are not like able to just like have all of the consoles,
Nope.
So,
and then sometimes like with Game Pass, it's still a great deal. Like they still, I don't know how, we're not in the business. I don't know what's making them money. Maybe something's not making them money. I'm eager to see where they're trying to get creative with how to make more money. I know they make tons of money already. They got plenty.
Of course, yeah.
But the longevity. I think this has been. We'll do this on another show, but it's even just understanding how much it costs to make video games is outrageous.
Yeah,
it's almost like the bubble's going to eventually burst at some point. So I don't know what it is. I don't know who to trust to do it to get it right. I don't know if this choice is what's going to help game developers make enough money on their games so they don't have to get laid off and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know there's other problems. That's not one fix. There's a lot of problems that cause it, but I'm always willing to hear what they're trying to do to maybe make that not happen. So
100%. Totally agree. So if this is what it is to make it happen, I mean, I would feel the same way if the roles were reversed, I don't know about you, but like,
yeah, it would not make me, I already care. Like, I mean, there's already PlayStation games that are playable now on PC.
Yeah.
And they're always, I think they're constantly being pushed to that. So it's a normal thing now. So,
yeah, exactly.
I guess we'll find out next week what's happening over at Xbox.
We'll have to give updates on what's the 411 on this Xbox stuff. And how are they going to be doing this? That's what I'm curious of. Like, are they doing like a press conference? Like what's going to be happening?
I have no idea. I think it's just maybe a blog post, maybe internal meetings, but like a blog post that updates us. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we've talked about diving. We've talked about pals. We've talked about PlayStation State of Play. We talked about Kojima, a little bit of everything. Kojima
said that your mom's gonna think his next game's a movie. How good it's gonna look. Like, it's crazy.
And I've been given homework. I have decided, because I met your criteria, Jerica. You said if I have played as much of it as I have, and I've thought about how much I want to get back to it, that I should get back to it. I can't tell you the last time I've played something on my PlayStation. I should do that. I still have it. It's still installed. I haven't even deleted it off the PlayStation. So I think I should just revisit it.
Death Stranding is a fun game. It's not for everyone, but it is an experience. And I think if you like making deliveries and the strategery, that's a fake word, trying to figure out how to get around some BTs and get some pizzas delivered to someone.
BB pods.
I think you'll have a good time. But if you get tired of it, it's okay. Stop. Just watch all the cutscenes. Or maybe
that's what I'm gonna do.
I don't think the movie's gonna come out before the sequel. But there's a movie coming too.
So. Also true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know if that would be before 2025. Who knows? Kojima, he's everywhere.
He is.
But I think that's all from us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the game. The game is probably still on. I don't know things about football. Jerica's going to do something. What's she got? What's she doing? I'm scared. Oh, I bet she's getting her BB. listening, you're probably
Hello,
so
I'm Kojima.
confused.
It's not how I actually sound, but I feel like it's fancy, so I'm talking like Kojima. Fancy Kojima. This is on my
Arigato.
fridge. People come over and
Nice.
ask, who's that man? And like, the best creator of all time.
Wow.
I don't have my headphones
Beautiful.
in, so I can't hear anybody, but special guest.
Jake twitching. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. I'm gonna wait till Jerica gets back so we can say goodbye. I had no idea what to expect. It's Jerica. What can you expect, honestly?
No, he was here. See, Kind of Funny is not the only studio that could have Kojima on the show, okay? He's over here. I know I said he's on my fridge and it's a magnet, a photo and a magnet, but he was actually here. That was a joke.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I didn't know what to expect. I asked the chat. I was like, what is happening? I thought maybe you were getting your BB pod. Maybe.
You know, it just came to me and I was like, I have time to do this.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. See you next time. We're on the beat.